Hey, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to walk you through the 5 things to check out in your Google Ads setup that are costing you conversions. That's what I'm going to walk you through today. So sharpen, let's get right into it because as a business advertising on Google, you don't want to be losing conversions. Like you don't want stuff that are going to be costing you conversions because stuff costing you conversions means it's going to also be costing you your budget and your money you are spent on Google, and you don't want that. So sharpen, let's go right into it. So the first one here is your conversion tracking. When it comes to conversion tracking, how you have to think about conversion tracking is like a way for Google to track your conversions. And when it tracks that conversions and it feeds that data back into Google, it improves how Google, you know, to improve as Google uses your, smart bidding to get more of the customers that you want. That's ultimately how you have to be thinking about your conversion tracking, and that is why you have to make your conversion tracking like really, really solid and really correct. Because if your conversion tracking is not solid and it's not correct, you are going to be getting a lot of shit conversions, which is not ultimately going to be turning into revenue, which is what you don't want in your account. So when thinking about it, first of all, is your conversion tracking, is it set up correctly? Like your tags, your triggers, are they firing correctly in the right places? When someone takes an action like purchases the shoe on your site, does your conversion tracking, the trigger set up in Google Tag Manager, does it fire correctly to send the data back into Google? Like all those kind of cool stuff, you have to optimize for that really, really well. Your tags, your triggers, and everything has to be firing correctly to track that data and send it back to Google. The next one here is, are you tracking the right conversions? This is a big one that I see when it comes to Google Ads and setting up conversion tracking. I see so many businesses, and when they're setting up their conversion tracking, they have like when they're tracking their conversions, they have like two primary conversions in a Google Ads account, like in a Google Ads campaign, which is not what you want at all. You want to have only one primary conversion action in your campaign. You don't want to have to. If you're an e-commerce brand, purchase and only purchase should be your primary conversion action, because the primary conversion action is what Google uses for the smart bidding. Is what Google uses in real time to bid for the customers and everything. Which your the only conversion action that you want to be primary is only the purchase. Then add to carts and all those view checkout and all those cool stuff should be only uh, secondary conversion action, because those are the stuff that lead to the primary conversion action. But the ultimate thing you want is the primary conversion action, which is the purchase, and you want people to make a purchase on your site. So Google can optimize in real time to find people that are more likely to make a purchase on your site. Because if you add your primary conversion action as, let me say, add to carts, Google is going to find more people that are just going to be adding to carts in your on your sites. And when someone adds to carts, someone doesn't buy, no revenue. So next one is landing page mistakes. Is your landing page relevant? Is it relevant to the ad that the people see to click through your site? Let's say you're targeting, you are selling, sporting shoes for women. You don't want to take, when someone clicks on your ad, you don't want to take them to your homepage where you're lumping all your product or your different type of shoes. You just only want to have the page that are going to be viewed to be relevant to the ad, which is the sporting shoes for women that they see on your ad. You want them, when they get into your site, they can also see a page that is specifically for sporting shoes for women. When they see it, they see, oh, the stuff that I'm actually looking for, is actually relevant to what I saw on the ad, and makes it easier for them to take an action. Does it have a clear CTA? Your CTA has to be, really, really clear. Shop now, schedule a consultation today, and those kind of cool stuff. You don't want your CTA to not be visible. You want your CTA to be, really, really visible, because when I get into a lot of sites, I see, their CTA is not visible, like it kind of like blends in with the page, the background. You want your CTA to stand out. So when these people see the like obviously in their head, no, okay, this is how I'm going to take the next action. If that is to purchase or to do those kind of cool stuff. Next one is your site optimizer enough to convert? I can't talk much about this one. If your site is not optimized enough to convert, You are not going to convert your traffic, and you're going to go think Google is a scam, that clicks are coming through your site, but none of them is converting. If your site is not optimized, if your site is cluttered, if you don't have a clear call to action, is if your site is not relevant to the ad, if your offer is not explained well enough, and these people see how you can help them, if it's only for service-based businesses or for e-commerce product, if or e-commerce, if these people come into your site and they don't see the next step they are going to take, or they don't see this display returns and stuff, all those guarantees that they are protected, they are not going to take an action on your site. All this kind of stuff, you have to optimize it for people to come on your site and convert. Next one is, are you targeting the right keywords? Keyword targeting. You have to, when you're thinking about this, you have to think about what people are typing into Google to look for your kind of services. Those are the keywords those are the searches, the keywords that you want to be bidding for. If you're selling sporting shoes for women, you want to be targeting keywords related to sporting shoes for women. Because now sporting shoes for women, let's say someone searches in uh, shoes for going on a date and all this kind of shoes for going on a date. You are not selling those kind of shoes, and you don't want to be showing up for those kind of searches. That's why you have to have a good keyword targeting based on your service or offer, or negative keywords like the example I just gave here. There are certain searches that you don't want to be showing up for because you don't offer those kind of services. Like the example I just gave here, you are selling sporting shoes for women, but someone searches best shoes for going on a date. No, wear sporting shoes on a date. So you want to have negative keywords. So when someone searches those kind of keywords, or when someone searches some kind of keywords, you don't want to be showing up for those kind of searches. So they are not going to burn through your budget. I mean, the next one here is, you're targeting too broad. If your targeting is broad, you're going to get a lot of irrelevant traffic into your sites, and these people are not going to convert. Or are you using broad match? Broad match is going to bring in a lot of irrelevant traffic to your site. You only want to be using phrase and exact match. There are cases where you want to use broad match, but cases where you want to use broad match is when you have like you're spending tons of money on Google Ads, and Google rightly knows the kind of people that you want, and it has gotten shitloads of data. Then you can think of using broad match to kind of like cap out your cap, like enter into other auctions where you might be likely to convert. So the next one here is over reliance on automation before understanding it. And I see too many people fuck this up. You are new to Google and you want to start using automations when you don't have any data in your account. How do you think that was going to work? That is not going to work. Automation and all this smart bidding and all this cool stuff, they use data to optimize in real time to get your customers. And since you are new to Google, you don't have any data yet. You don't have any data yet, which is why you don't want to be using automation when I just start now with Google. It's only when you have some bit of data start using automations and stuff instead of Google Ads. It's just like telling an alien to look for a broom when it doesn't even know what a broom is. Like just same thing with Google, like telling Google to find conversions when it doesn't even know what a conversion is for you. That's just how you have to think about this. And have you gone through the learning phase? Most people come into Google and they come into start running ads on Google, and they try to jump the learning phase. You must go through the learning phase, and this learning phase takes roughly about 2 weeks for you to find what is actually important to your business, what works for you, and trying to get some data, and trying to see what conversions are for you, and trying to get those conversions for you. You have to go through the learning phase. Really, really important, because through the learning phase you gather data, optimize, cut out some stuff, optimize. And are you using the right bid strategy? I see so many people come into Google like you are just new to Google, and you want to start using maximize conversions, like just the analogy I just gave you. maximize conversions. Google doesn't know what the conversion is. So how does it maximize your conversion when it doesn't even know what a conversion is for you? So you have to use the right bit strategy to when it comes to Google Ads. When you are just new to Google and you don't have a lot of data, is that you start with maximize clicks or you start with mono CPC. Most preferably start with mono CPC because it gives you a lot more control. So you won't bunch your budget, but T ROAS, maximize conversions, target CPA, all this stuff. You don't want to be using it when you are just need to go. You want to start using those when you have some amount of data in your account, roughly 15 to 30 conversions and 30 conversions above to start using those, smart bidding strategies. And like I said, do you have enough data? You have to have enough data before you can start using these automations and stuff on Google. The next one here, the last one here is the default settings. So I didn't add in here, but these are the default settings that burn through your budgets in Google Ads, and you have to turn them off, which is the display network and the search partner network. And you can see this when you go into your account, go into your campaigns, go into your settings, and you can see these settings. Google kind of hides them when you're creating your campaign. Like they don't want you to see it because their business, they want to make more money, and this is a kind of loophole that they put in there for you to bid, bleed through some money so they can get some out of it. Your display network, you have to turn it off. Your search partner network, you have to turn it off. You don't want this to be on at all in your campaign. At all. Display network and your search partner network at all. You don't want this on. You have to just toggle them off in your campaign. So that's it. I am going to see you in the next video. Subscribe, and I'm waiting for you on the next video from Cool Stuff.